We often wonder why we feel different, why there's a certain depth to our emotions and our experiences that others don't seem to notice. Have you ever asked yourself why you're so sensitive to the energy of others? Why, when you walk into a room, you can feel the tension in the air without a single word being spoken? You see, this isn't random. It's not by chance that you're tuned into a frequency that others don't even realize exists. You're one of the chosen ones, destined to be a powerful spiritual healer. But before you embrace this truth, there's something crucial you need to understand. Not everyone can walk this path. Only about 1% of people have the capacity to handle the energy, the responsibility, and the profound impact that comes with being a spiritual healer. Now, why us? Why do we feel this deep calling that others seem to ignore? It's because we've been through things that most people couldn't even imagine surviving. The universe handpicks those who have walked through the fire, those who have experienced pain so deep it shakes the core of their being. We've been tested, not to punish us, but to prepare us for something bigger. Think about the moments in your life where you felt like everything was falling apart. Have you ever considered that those moments were shaping you into the healer you're destined to become?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
When you've been broken, when your heart has shattered into pieces, you learn how to rebuild. And in that process, you gain wisdom that can't be taught in any book. You understand suffering, not in an intellectual way, but in a way that makes you deeply empathetic to others' pain. This is the first gift of the chosen ones, the ability to truly see and feel what others are going through. But the challenge is that this gift can often feel like a burden. You might find yourself drained, overwhelmed, or even questioning whether you want this responsibility. But here's the truth: the universe doesn't make mistakes. You were chosen for a reason. Let me ask you something deep. How often have you felt like you don't belong? Like no matter how much you try to fit into the world around you, there's always this sense that you're different. This feeling isn't in your head. It's real. You don't belong in the same way others do because your purpose is different. The chosen ones are here to heal, to guide, and to elevate the collective consciousness. Your energy is too vast, too powerful to simply blend in. But this is where many healers get stuck. They try to hide their light. They try to be normal because being different can be so isolating. But here's the thing: hiding your light is a disservice to the world. You were given this gift because the world needs you. You are one of the few who can truly understand the depth of human experience. You can walk into someone's life and see what they need without them saying a word. Isn't that powerful? Isn't that the kind of superpower we all secretly want? But with great power comes great responsibility, and it's not enough to just recognize your gift. You have to learn how to use it. So how do we start? The first step is to embrace your sensitivity. Stop seeing it as a weakness. You're not too sensitive or too emotional. You're perfectly designed to feel deeply because that's where your power lies. When you walk into a room and feel overwhelmed by the energy, don't shrink back. Instead, ask yourself, what is this energy trying to show me? The universe speaks to us through energy, and as a chosen one, you have a direct line to that wisdom. You're like a radio tuned into a frequency that most people can't hear. But if you don't understand how to interpret what you're receiving, it can feel like chaos. Let's be honest, the path of a healer is not easy. It's not glamorous. It's filled with moments where you question yourself, where you feel like giving up. But every time you push through those doubts, you become stronger. You're being prepared for something greater than you can imagine. Your journey is not just about healing others. It's about healing yourself first. You can't pour from an empty cup, and as a healer, you must learn how to protect your energy. This is one of the biggest challenges for us. We give, and often we forget to take care of ourselves. Think about it. How often do you feel completely drained after helping someone? It's because you're absorbing their energy without realizing it. You have to learn how to create boundaries, not because you don't care, but because you care too much. You need to learn how to protect your energy so that you can continue to heal without destroying yourself in the process. And that brings us to the next question you must ask yourself. Are you ready to fully step into your role as a healer? This is not a path for the faint of heart. It requires courage, resilience, and a deep commitment to yourself and to those you're meant to help. But the rewards are beyond anything you can imagine. When you embrace your calling, you'll find a sense of purpose that fills every part of your being. You'll wake up each day knowing that you're making a difference, not just in your own life, but in the lives of everyone you touch. What if I told you that the power to heal is already within you? That you don't need to go on some grand quest to find it, but rather, it's been quietly waiting for you to recognize it. You see, the chosen ones aren't given their power all at once. It comes in stages, slowly revealing itself as you grow and evolve. Each experience, each challenge you face is like a key that unlocks another level of your potential. But here's the catch: most people never realize that they hold these keys. They go through life feeling powerless, unaware that they've been chosen to do something extraordinary. How do we awaken this power? The first step is awareness. You need to wake up to the fact that you are more than just your physical body. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, and as a chosen one, your spiritual essence is incredibly potent. You've likely already felt this. Maybe it's in the way you pick up on the emotions of others so easily, or how you can sense when something is about to happen before it actually does. These aren't coincidences. These are signs that your healer abilities are awakening. But awareness alone isn't enough. You need to cultivate this power. And one of the most effective ways to do this is through meditation. I know. You've probably heard this a million times, but there's a reason why meditation is such a universal practice among spiritual healers. It's because meditation allows you to connect with your higher self, the part of you that isn't bogged down by the noise and distractions of the physical world. When you meditate, you tap into the infinite wisdom of the universe. And this is where your healing power comes from. The more you meditate, the more you'll start to notice subtle changes in your energy. You'll become more grounded, more in tune with the flow of life. You'll start to see things from a higher perspective, and this is crucial for healers. To truly help others, you need to be able to rise above the drama and chaos of everyday life and see the bigger picture. You need to see beyond the surface level of what's happening and tap into the spiritual realm where true healing occurs. But meditation is just the beginning. You also need to learn how to harness the energy around you. Everything in this universe is energy, and as a chosen one, you have the ability to manipulate that energy for healing purposes. This is why you're so sensitive to the energy of others. You can feel it because you're meant to work with it. But again, sensitivity without control can lead to overwhelm. This is where energy work comes in. Practices like Reiki, QI, Gong, or even simple visualization techniques can help you learn how to direct and control the energy around you. Imagine being able to walk into a room and instantly shift the energy from heavy and negative to light and uplifting. Imagine being able to place your hands on someone and feel the energy moving through them, knowing exactly where they need healing. This isn't some far-off fantasy. This is the reality for those who choose to embrace their role as spiritual healers. But it takes practice. It takes dedication. You need to be willing to put in the work, not just for others, but for yourself. And now for the deeper question, what are you willing to sacrifice to step into your power? Because here's the truth that most people don't want to hear. Being a healer means letting go of a lot of things that no longer serve you. You can't hold on to toxic relationships, negative habits, or limiting beliefs and expect to fully step into your role as a healer. You need to be willing to shed the old version of yourself to make room for the new. This can be a painful process. It's not easy to let go of the things we've clung to for so long. But ask yourself, is holding on to those things worth sacrificing your destiny? Is staying comfortable worth giving up the incredible power you have to transform not just your life, but the lives of those around you? The chosen ones are here to change the world, but they can't do that if they're stuck in old patterns and mindsets. You have to be willing to evolve, to grow, to step into a higher version of yourself. And part of this growth involves learning how to protect your energy. As a healer, you're going to attract people who are drawn to your light. They'll come to you for guidance, for comfort, for healing. And while this is part of your purpose, it can also be draining if you don't know how to set boundaries. You need to learn how to say no, how to protect your energy so that you can continue to give without depleting yourself. This is one of the hardest lessons for healers to learn because we're naturally inclined to want to help everyone. But you can't help others if you're running on empty. There's something that separates the chosen ones who truly step into their power from those who never quite reach their full potential. It's not talent, it's not luck, and it's not circumstance. It's the ability to master themselves. Being a spiritual healer isn't just about helping others, it's about developing a deep mastery over your own energy, emotions, and mind. If you can't control yourself, how can you possibly expect to have any influence over the energy around you? Think about this: every interaction, every thought, every emotion you have is creating ripples in the energy field. Most people go through life reacting. They get angry, they lash out, they feel sad, they withdraw. They let their emotions dictate their actions. But as a chosen one, you're called to something higher. You're called to be aware of those emotions, to understand them, and to transform them into power. This is where true mastery begins. Start by observing how your energy shifts in different environments. You'll notice that certain places, people, and situations either drain or energize you. This isn't random. Everything around you is affecting your energy, whether you realize it or not. So, how do you protect yourself? How do you maintain your power in a world that's constantly trying to pull it from you? First, you need to understand the concept of energetic boundaries. Most people think of boundaries as something you set with words telling others what you will or won't tolerate. But for healers, boundaries are much deeper. They're energetic. It's about knowing where your energy ends and someone else's begins. It's about being able to walk into a room full of negativity and not absorb any of it. This takes practice. It takes awareness. But once you master this skill, you'll find that you're no longer drained by the energy of others. Instead, you'll be able to hold your own energy intact, no matter what's going on around you. And this is where the real power of a chosen one comes into play. When you can maintain your energy, when you're no longer swayed by external forces, you become a beacon. People are drawn to your strength, to your calm, to your presence. They don't necessarily know why, they just feel it. You've probably noticed this already. People may come to you for advice, for comfort, or just to be around you, because they sense that you have something they don't. This isn't by accident. It's because your energy is starting to stabilize. You're becoming more grounded, more centered, more powerful. But here's the trap that many healers fall into. They mistake this attention for validation. They start to think that their worth is tied to how many people they can help or how much they can give. And before they know it, they're burned out, exhausted, and disconnected from their own energy. The truth is, you can't help everyone. You're not here to save the world. You're here to heal yourself first, and through that, you'll naturally inspire and guide others. But you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to make sure that you're filling yourself up first. This is where self-care becomes crucial. And no, I'm not talking about bubble baths and spa days. I'm talking about deep, intentional practices that nourish your soul. This could be spending time in nature, meditating, journaling, or simply sitting in silence and allowing your mind to rest. Whatever it is that makes you feel recharged, do more of that. Because the more you take care of yourself, the more powerful you'll become. And the more power you cultivate, the more you'll be able to give to others without depleting yourself. And now, let's talk about something most people don't want to hear: discipline. Being a powerful spiritual healer requires discipline. It's easy to get caught up in the flow of emotions, to let the chaos of the world pull you in a million directions. But if you want to truly harness your power, you need to be disciplined with your time, your energy, and your mind. This means setting aside time every day to connect with yourself, to check in with your energy, and to make sure you're aligned with your purpose. Discipline also means knowing when to say no. As a chosen one, you're going to attract people who want your energy. They'll come to you with their problems, their drama, their negativity. And while it's natural to want to help, you need to be discerning. Not everyone who comes to you is ready to be healed. Some people are simply stuck in their patterns, and no amount of your energy is going to change that. You need to know when to walk away, when to conserve your energy for those who are truly ready to receive it. This brings us to another crucial aspect of mastery: detachment. As a healer, it's easy to get emotionally invested in the people you're helping. You want to see them succeed, to heal, to grow. But you need to understand that their journey is their own. You can't force someone to change. You can't make someone heal if they're not ready. Your job is to be the guide, to offer your wisdom and energy, but not to carry their burdens. Detach from the outcome. Trust that you've done your part and let go of the rest. This is where true freedom lies. And finally, let's talk about the most important aspect of mastery: trust. You need to trust yourself, your intuition, and the universe. There will be times when you doubt your path, when you question whether you're really meant to be a healer. These moments of doubt are natural, but they're also a test. The universe is asking you, how much do you really believe in your power? If you can't trust yourself, how can you expect others to trust you? If you don't believe in your own abilities, how can you expect to heal others? Trust is built through experience. The more you practice, the more you step into your power, the more you'll start to see the results of your work. You'll start to notice how your energy affects others, how your presence alone can bring peace and healing to a situation. This is the ultimate confirmation of your power, but it won't happen overnight. It requires patience, persistence, and faith. So here's the challenge: are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to face the discomfort, the doubts, the fears, and push through them? Because on the other side of that is a power unlike anything you've ever known. But it's not going to come to you easily. You need to earn it. You need to prove that you're ready to handle it. And once you do, there's no limit to what you can achieve. In the end, Being a chosen one isn't about having a title or a label. It's about embodying the energy of a healer in every aspect of your life. It's about walking through the world with a sense of purpose, knowing that your presence alone has the power to transform. It's about mastering yourself, your energy, and your mind so that you can be of service to others in the highest way possible. And most importantly, it's about trusting that you are exactly where you're meant to be, doing exactly what you're meant to do. So where do you go from here? That's the question only you can answer.